as a producer, or I guess for those who are wanting to get into producing,
Mm-hmm.
what are first, like the hard skills, right? What are
Mm-hmm.
some of the hard skills
Mm.
required as a producer, or you would advise somebody who wants to get in producing that they
Mm-hmm.
should develop?
Mm. I think communication is a really big one. Can you communicate with other people because you are dealing with, so you're like kind of the funnel of like, so here's what needs to happen, the creative things, here's the vision, and then communicating what that means logistically, like what equipment you need and um, whatever people need, art, uh, locations, all these things. So communication, figuring out the best ways to do that and how other people communicate. There's also just like, like, can you work with spreadsheets and numbers? Um, a certain amount of tech, I think, is like spreadsheets, uh, budget software, scheduling software. Those are just good things to learn because you're going to be dealing with a lot of that stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
How much of that did you pick that up on your own? Where did you learn those kind of skills?
I think uh, a lot of it is just learning as you go. I think um, BYU tries to teach you some of those things, but I think it's changing so much um, all the time that by the time I was doing producing things, the stuff that I learned in school, I don't think it wasn't the same thing anymore. Um, so, and I also think it's another one of those things where it's like you can find the programs that work for you. It's not like there's one thing that you have to work with as a producer, at least around here. Um, just find the things that work for you and being able to keep track of everything. And that might be different programs or different software.
Yeah,
Just
you find it
depends.
as you go along
Yeah,
what works best,
I
and then
think so. That's been my experience.
what would you say to those who are maybe on the fence about producing, or have um are kind of like back and forth maybe between directing and producing?
Mm. Uh, I would say, uh, I would say, put the energy into what you want to do most, and I think that things will work out. I think there, I think we feel more resistance to the things that we really truly want to do, and so it makes that harder. Um, but like I was saying, with directing stuff for me can be tough. Um, and I feel like I've fallen into a place where I'm like, I feel good about where I am right now. But if you don't, if you're on the fence about producing because you would rather direct, then direct. Work on that. I think things can fall in place for people who put their energy into that stuff. But if you are finding that you really like producing, there's it's a cool job. Like if you thought, oh, I was really set out to be a director, and so now is this like a fail to become a producer? I would say no. I think there's a lot of cool things about producing that I really enjoy now, and I think it's a thing that I could keep doing for forever, under the right circumstances. So I don't know. I guess I would just say go with your heart and don't let fear get in the way of one or the other. Don't let the fear of what you really want to do get in the way, and don't let the fear of what you think other people think you should be doing get in the way either.
What's your plug for producing? Like what are those things that you're like, yeah, this is actually a great job
Yeah.
that
Um
doesn't get the credit that it deserves?
it, like I've said, when you have a a good amount of money when you have the amount of money that you know you need to get the job done and can take care of the crew beneath you, then things like when you can like pay for a full crew, it's like things just start taking care of themselves, and it's people
Mm,
that you trust. Then when you like come on set, you can like be with people and enjoy like the process a lot, because a lot of the work is in the pre-production. Um,
mm.
but once things are like moving on set, it's so fun. Um, and you can just kind of like be hanging out and like just making sure that people are taken care of. And then of course, like if something comes up, like if there's a fire to put out, then you put out that fire. But there's definitely been times on set where it's just like, this is so fun. You just get to come hang out with your people. Um, so that would probably be my plug for producing.
Mm.
And then it's like, and you get to see the whole process too. You're part of the whole thing. Depends on the project, but like lots of times from start to finish. And also if you're working with a team that like trusts you and it's a good, there is some collaboration. You can get to a position where you have some creative say as a producer. So I think it's a cool job. I think it's fun.
It's a great plug.
Yeah, get to that place and things will be way fun. It doesn't always work out that way, but
Yeah, I'm sure that's the uphill battle, right? Is
right.
getting to a place where you have the funding
Yeah.
and you have the crew who work well together.
Right. You
And you can
collect
pay
your
them. Yeah.
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 But when that does happen, it is really fun.